You know me as a member and a leader of 100+ Women Who Care Burlington, and sometimes you see me limp, wear knee braces like I have tonight, or walk with a cane, but at other times you wouldn't know that I have an invisible disability. I am a lupus warrior. Lupus is a disease that occurs when your body's immune system attacks your own tissues and organs. I'm disabled from the systemic autoimmune disease with my heart, lungs, skin, and joints that have been greatly affected. My career in advertising was cut short 8 years ago when I was hospitalized for the second of many bouts of pericarditis, a symptom of lupus attacking my heart. The diagnosis of this unrelenting disease of lupus changed the course of my life. At first, I was just trying to survive and have my body stop trying to attack me. In time, with incredible doctors, rounds of medications and treatments, I got better and I began to find purpose again through volunteering and philanthropy. I joined Lupus Ontario as a volunteer 2 years ago and have recently become vice president. I am grateful for virtual volunteering opportunities that accommodate my disabilities and allow me to advocate for people living with lupus like myself. While you see me here in person 4 times a year, these meetings take a lot of my energy, and I have to rest in the days leading up to and after these meetings so that my body does not rebel. Brain fog and extreme fatigue are very key realities in my life. The rest of the time I'm communicating with you virtually, I'm doing from the comfort of my bed. Again, grateful for the virtual chance to volunteer. Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that can damage any organ in the body, making lupus difficult to diagnose. Lupus is a condition that takes on average 6 years to diagnose, as there are a multitude of possible symptoms and markers. It usually requires 5 to 6 physicians to receive a diagnosis. At one point, I was seeing 14 doctors or care practitioners. 90% of those diagnosed with lupus are women of childbearing age. 90% are women. Lupus development is 3 to 4 times higher in Black, Indigenous, and Hispanic communities, and the research does not exist yet to know why. When you have one autoimmune disease, the likelihood of having another increases. 25% of people living with an autoimmune disease have multiple diseases. I have 4 autoimmune diseases, with lupus being my primary. And autoimmunity is now one of the most common disease categories. It is ahead of cancer and heart disease. The timing is particularly relevant tonight, as the upcoming month of May is Lupus Awareness Month, with May 10th being World Lupus Day and Lupus Awareness Day in Ontario. Lupus Ontario's mission is to provide vital support, education, awareness, advocacy, and research through the fundraising efforts of our staff and volunteer community to help those with lupus live longer, healthier, and better lives. While Lupus Ontario is a provincial organization, we support all regions in Ontario and have a particular focus for Halton-Hamilton. Excuse me. Dry mouth is one of my issues. There are 2 initiatives that we are looking for support for. We would like to launch a Halton-Hamilton support group. There's a significant need in our community for a local support group. We have 6 other virtual groups throughout the province, but we're in the process of launching one for our region. The support group will help lupus patients share strategies, suggestions, tips on self-management, provide emotional support, and make coping with the challenge of living with lupus better. The funding would help with facilitator training, technology upkeep for the virtual meetings, and costs associated with the twice annual in-person meetings. The second initiative is the Lupus Ontario and Matheson Biobank. Located at the Boris McMaster Lupus Clinic in Hamilton, the biobank is being developed to provide an important bio-resource for researchers to study lupus and help provide answers to those living with lupus, as well as allowing physicians to better diagnose the condition and predict potential future problems. The Lupus Ontario and Matheson Biobank is attempting to learn more about lupus and understand why it affects each patient differently. The purpose of the biobank is to collect a variety of information such as demographics, clinical, laboratory and therapeutic data, as well as biological samples, and to analyze the samples to develop an increased understanding of the disease in hopes to develop a cure for lupus, which there is none right now. The biobank is supported by 5 clinical experts from the McMaster Lupus Clinic and has the potential to make a significant difference to those in Halton-Hamilton and the surrounding regions who suffer from lupus. Lupus is underfunded and under-researched. We need to learn more about this systemic disease. Studying a disease affecting only one area of the body helps treat that area. But studying a systemic disease such as lupus provides knowledge and treatment for multiple systems of the body. You may not know someone with lupus, except for me, but you probably know someone with rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, Crohn's or colitis, Sjogren's, celiac, heart disease, kidney disease, or cancer. All of those diseases and more have benefited from systemic research on lupus and other systemic diseases. Research is a critical tool that can support lupus patients, providing answers for those suffering every day, while also providing insights into other autoimmune issues and chronic illnesses throughout our body system. At Lupus Ontario, we receive individual and corporate donations, but no government funding. Funding from 100+ Women Who Care Burlington will help Lupus Ontario continue to fund the biobank and provide ongoing support for lupus patients with the launch of the Halton-Hamilton support group, and maybe one day help people like me live with life without lupus.